KollinsPlays Feed the Beast Monster.
Hello, hello, Minecraft fans. It's Collins, and we got more Feed the Beast Monster. So I've been using that lubricant, so you have to grow some more canola seeds. This is fertilized dirt from random things, and it's supposed to act like fertilized soil, and it works with the magic crops. It works with the cotton seeds over there. Where do cotton seeds come from? Natura? Okay, whatever. That's probably wrong, because it says slick water. But the canola plants don't go on the fertilized soil, so I had to put normal dirt. You idiot, what are you doing? I had to put normal dirt and hydrate it to get the canola seeds, because they were just, if I plant them on the ground here on the fertilized soil, they just pop off. I don't know what the heck they're doing. But anyway, that's the canola stuff. You idiot donkey, what did you do that for? Why are you hanging out on the cactus, dumb donkey? Alright, so yeah, that's doing some of the canola stuff. I got a couple buckets of lubricant. We're gonna move this thing around. We get down in this parkour maze stuff. And the other thing I totally forgot about with the grinder, I can do the half slabs, which block the light but let you see in there. But this thing's all done, and this watermill, luckily when it runs out of lubricant, it just stops, and you don't have to worry about it. But we've been using all these things here. So Rotary Craft has these gearboxes, right? And you can make them in different ratios, or you can make them in a normal nothing. So we can build these gearboxes and basically push the output of the watermill, further this way or whatever by putting gearboxes in between. But these power deals, the dynameter, is a little bit, it's harder to make, but like the crafting recipes, it uses more resources, but it's like a free gearbox. What was the other one too? I don't think this is going to be the right one. So this is the rotational dynamo, which will turn Rotorcraft power into redstone flux, baby. But there's another engine in here somewhere that you can use to turn your redstone flux into rotational power. And then you also need one of those gearboxes and stuff like that. But the reason why I didn't go with that is it just seems easier to build this flywheel, and that's part of the mod too. So the flywheel is Rotary Craft. We're not using a different mod, even though it's almost cheaty just to have water. And this flywheel produces power the higher up the water source block is that it's falling. So if it falls like 5 blocks, it'll produce only a little tiny bit of power. If it falls like 60 blocks like that thing does, it'll produce a lot more power. And I've been basically just using the dynameters and the bevel gears to get this thing situated the way I want it. And you give me lots and lots, sweet. Oh, and again, the non-vanilla tools, when you break because the Rotary Craft tool, you can rotate Rotary Craft stuff. There's no break me with the Rotary Craft, so you have to use a pickaxe to break it. And it either has to be vanilla or this HSLA steel pickaxe, otherwise it turns into nothing. And I broke a bedrock breaker by using my TE pick on it. So if we pop these guys around, I've basically just been using the all these gearboxes and stuff. Let's stick you as a cheaty way, really, to make all this stuff work. So this thing, how did we program this last time? Empty hand, output side, was it black? Nope, output side. Yeah, that's right, and then the input side blue is top. And then this one's going to have to be moved. But yeah, we're basically just using all these bevel gears and stuff as a cheaty way to not have to build those gearboxes that you have to put stuff into. So we want you to output on the bottom. That's bottom, and input from like one of the sides. Not that side. Not that side. Not that side. Okay, so this will be the input, this will be the output. we're just snaking everything around. We're going to use one of these dynameters. This just means I don't have to move the water mill, which is a little bit harder to move. Regent, yeah, I think that'll work. So then we just throw some lube in this thing. Let's see, that's reading out power. That's not reading out power. Are you backwards? Oh, there we go. Alright, and then the bedrock breaker spinning. So yeah, these dynameters and the bevel gears are just a cheaty way to move everything around without having to build the gearboxes and stuff like that. And it makes noise. This waterfall thing makes a whole ton of noise, but that's why we got all these sound mufflers. So yeah, we're getting a lot of bedrock. Let's go up and take a look. Alright, yeah, so that's our little bedrock producing thing down there. We're getting a lot of this bedrock stuff. And you can make the bedrock ingots. So if we look at one of these, you can make this in an induction smelter, which is a TE machine, and you can make it in the blast furnace. And I haven't tried automating that blast furnace. I don't want to bring it has to have lava underneath it. I don't want to bring lava underneath there. So we got the induction smelter set up to make that stuff. So we'll tell it to make some more. And it's slower than dog snot, but it works. Let's see. I think we have enough to make 10. Are you gonna do your thing? Yeah, it's really slow making this bedrock stuff, but we got some already. So again, I think this is a recipe like in a normal crafting window. It's not gonna work out right. I don't know. Did I make let's look at pants. Oh, you can just craft them. Bedrock leggings, fire protection 4 in the rotary craft. And that's the same one that will work on the work table. It doesn't show me fire protection on those. Did it make an 8th one? Because I need an 8th one. Hurry up. I'm going to have to make some more HSLA steel. I've just been throwing the HSLA steel. I've been making it over in that thing. In fact, I might have some over here. Yeah, I got some over here. I just been making it in there. And did I put crystals in one of these furnaces? Whatever. And manually feeding it into the ME system when I need it. So we got a bunch of that. There's an 8th. So let's try this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bedrock chest plate with blast protection. Sweet. Now we need the jetpack. And this is what I've been doing with the rotary craft stuff. Since I can't get this work table to autocraft with ME, I'm kind of cheated. So I have a ME interface on this thing, and I tell it craft a dynameter, and this is the stuff you need for the dynameter. And what ME will do is put everything into this chest, expecting it to craft for me. And ME is going to complain that that stuff doesn't actually work. But I can get it to, I just take the stuff out of the chest, put everything in the work table, and then if I put the resultant item back in the ME terminal, it will be happy because it spit all the ingredients into this chest. It's expecting the result to come out, and I put the result in, and ME is all happy. It's not stuck on crafting something or whatever. So let me set that up to make the jetpack, and we'll be back in a second. It really wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. The ethanol jetpack is a shaped crafting. You don't have to do it in the work table. So encode a pattern for ethanol jetpack and stick that in the ME system. Oh, I already did that. Alright, so we can clear this recipe out. Let's do this. Make me a jetpack. And clear this recipe out. And we'll use that for something else later. Now, what are you hung up on? Missing reservoir. Oh, that's right. The reservoir has to be made in the work table. So I need some of these panels. I think I need 7. So let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is do this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those makes a reservoir. Honestly, it does. I know that doesn't work for you, Emmy, but seriously, if you put 7 panels in here, you will get it. And it put 7 panels in there. And then I put, so now it's saying I need to craft a reservoir, and if I put the reservoir in the system, it should all be happy. And I could just stick these, yeah. So we're cheaty teaching Emmy how to do. And then I should have a jetpack, which I do. 1 ethanol jetpack, which I think we'll teach it to do. No, let's teach it to, well, yeah. We're going to craft it. Yeah, I'll tell the storage bus to put the ethanol jetpack and the bedrock chest plates in here. And then we just combine these two in the work table, right? Oh, 1 bedrock jetpack. Oh, yeah. Okay, and the jetpack, you fill it with this filling station. And if this works right, this green is input, so if I input the bedrock jetpack in here, is it in the filling station? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, and then we just need to get some of these ethanol crystals. Let's throw a whole damn stack in there. And I can also feed ethanol crystals into here. And this is just chests for now, but I'm using this as a way to, oh, look at that, that looks cool. I'm just using this as a way to figure out how this works. And then the DC motor needs power, which I can, there you go. And they're just loud. It's filling up with ethanol. It's filling my jetpack up. Yeah. Sorry about the noise. We got sound mufflers on everything. There should be a sound muffler underneath there. Yeah, there is. And it still makes noise because it's rotary craft. But this little DC motor is enough to power the filling station, and the filling station is filling up the jetpack. Now over here, these fermenters also just this little DC electric motor, which all you need is a redstone switch. You know, a redstone signal turns these on. That's all you need. Those power these fermenters. This machine over here, this grinder that turns the canola seeds into lubricant, needs more power. So that's why I use this gasoline engine. And I was going to do the gasoline engine on the bedrock breaker, but apparently it doesn't produce enough power, because you would need like 8 gasoline engines or 16 or something. So part of the reason why I've been playing with this stuff over here, and I just got a bunch of chests and stuff, is I wanted to see how hard this stuff was to automate. Yeah. And this, if I do this right, the extraction filter, so right now it's never active. What I'm going to try to do is, when the jetpack fills up, I'm going to tell the Ender IO channel to only extract the jetpack when it's full. And then I can do a similar thing I did with the thermal expansion tool. So the thermal expansion tools go in the energetic infuser. They only get extracted when they're full, and then they get put into an ender chest. So I can do something like this, tie it into the same ender chest. It doesn't even have to be at the same location. And I'll be able to refuel the jetpack. And then I can automate all this stuff here by replacing this chest with something that I can have the ME system or whatever. I've been playing with the logistics pipes. We'll do some of that at the sky base. Maybe have logistics pipe keep like a stock of dirt and sugar in here, and keep a stock of vines in here, and then pull these things out and automatically cook. So yeah, I've been teaching Emmy to make a whole bunch of logistics pipe stuff. So here's a bunch of the cards. And then you have to make some stuff in the soldering station. So I got this thing set up and it needs power, so it's just on the power grid. And this isn't automated in any way, but I've just been using it to build. And you can do, these things take chips. So there's a redstone iron chip set, and there's a redstone golden chip set. There's a redstone diamond chip set. So you have to have multiple assembly tables, because this assembly table knows when it gets redstone and gold to not make a redstone and gold chipset, to wait until it gets silicon and make one of those processors I need for ME. So I have to have a second assembly table, and it's set when it gets redstone and gold to actually make the chipsets. And that has the crafting recipes for the chipsets, and this has the crafting recipes for the processors. And I had this sitting right here, right next to it, but if these two assembly tables are right next to each other, they're adjacent inventories. So assembly table A will put its output sometimes into assembly table B. So they have to be not directly next to each other. But that works because all the lasers hit either one of them, so I can tell it to craft one thing. It works out. It's all good. I gotta try this thing out. I don't think it has a hover mode. But bedrock jetpack with blast protection, and I think we can still enchant this. We'll grab it when it's done. Oh, fuel, 30,000. Okay, so now if I program you to extract there and match NBT data, it should put it in the chest when it's full. Let's see. This will go in here, and it'll go straight into the chest because it's full. So let's try this out. I think this one's loud too. I'll shut you guys off. Stop making noise. Oh yeah. Oh, check it out. It's got a little... It sounds like a jetpack. That's awesome. So 160, what were we at? 185 last time when our thing conked out. This will go higher than that. 230, 240, 250. Oh, this is so gonna be... Yeah, there's no hover mode, so you're pretty much stuck. I think the next thing we'll have to do is make the bedrock boots. So now let's see, can we enchant this? Nope. But can we put a book on you? What kind of book would we want on fall resistance? There we go. Blast protection. So it's already got protection on it. There isn't any other chance that you can put on like unbreaking. Is that going to do any good? It won't do anything, huh? Alright, well, it's got, usually the last time I put blast protection on my chest, and I had like protection on my pants and boots and stuff like that. Because anything more than 2 protection 4, it doesn't do any good. And look, that has a lot more armor than the other one. The other one doesn't have any armor at all. Now it says I'm fully armored. Alright. That seems to work. So, over here at the sky base, I've been starting out the very basic of logistics pipes. So this is the logistics pipes power junction, and this thing, you need this because you have to feed it power, and you can feed it MJRF EU. So it'll take RF if I produce that, and then you tie that in with the logistics pipes. And then I got barrels over here, so this is how we can do storage in logistics pipes. So these are chassis Mark II, which means they hold 2 little item card things, and then we got 2 item cards. And this polymorphic item sync is going to tell it whatever's in that barrel, that's what your storage is. So if there's, you know, logs in this barrel, whenever logs come into the logistics pipe system, it will put the logs in the barrel. And then this provider module is the way that you tell the logistics pipe system that, because it'll store logs in the barrel with just the item sync, but if you look in your logistics pipe system, it won't say that there's any logs available until you give it the provider. And normally you would do this with the item sync pipe. I think is called something else. Normally you would put 1 pipe on for item sync and 1 pipe on for provider, but it's easier just to make these chassis pipes and then stick cards in for things you want to do. So if I want, you know, a chest or something to do 3 different things, I don't have to put 3 different pipes on it. I can just put 1 chassis pipe on it and put 3 those cards in there. So I have to program those cards and stuff. And I got this laid out. So this is a different pattern that I was doing for the glass here. I think this looks pretty cool. This little pattern all the way around. And then we got that other pattern upstairs. And I still have to bring some dyes over and color these blocks, because I don't want these just to be white. But I have all the floors different color, but you can't color these different colors, because if you do, they don't connect to each other. And I also put one of these quartz glass above it, because it's an opaque block, you can see through it, and that allows the elevators to still work, but it gives me some more lighting. So yeah, I got one there and one on the bottom floor. So I think this will be my storage floor, depending on how much room I got for stuff. And we're going to have a bunch of barrels with a bunch of pipes hopping stuff around. And it'll look like my ultimate, where I had that storage system with all the diamond pipes. But these barrels, these better barrels, are a lot better because they will, you know, you can pump in and out from any side. Because the factorization barrels, you only pump from the top. So let's take a look at this biome that we're in. Let's see, that's home. So this is a bayou again, and this is what a bayou looks like. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get feather falling. This is what a bayou looks like. It's not that great of a biome, but next to it we have one of these magical forests, which is actually kind of a cool biome. Oh, this is so hard to get used to. And these there's little pods that grow on here. They're mana pods. Tile block mana pod. It's a mana pod. It's a Thaumcraft thing, so I think we can do some Thaumcraft stuff with those. And then over here is a vanilla plains. Oh, this is so, yeah. So this is just a vanilla plains. And this is still vanilla plains, but some sort of terrain generation thing that got weird. And there's a ravine to explore and stuff like that. And then over here, the flight on this is nuts. Oh wow. Give me the damn hang glider. Okay. So now we can hang glide over here. So over here, this is an oasis, and this dark colored sand is quicksand. You gotta watch out for that stuff. And then here's the Origin Valley, which is a cool, I love this Biomes of Plenty biome, because this is how Minecraft used to look before I played it, but still, it looks really cool. And I think the cave generation and the landscape generation and stuff is all the same. And these trees, does it say oak wood? Origin leaves. So it produces oak wood, but it's origin leaves, and it drops origin saplings. So you can build one of these, you can grow one of these trees, and it produces the wood you need, but it makes the origin sapling leaves. And then this is a dead forest, I think, I don't know. And then here's one of those redwood forests. So these are cool because it's got huge trees and stuff. And I kind of wandered around. I didn't see a whole lot of taint. So that's kind of cool. And this biome, this bayou biome is pretty big. So there's a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll do some exploring and stuff. We'll get a bunch of bedrock armor and then we'll go tear up a cave or something. Because, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Okay, then with the hang glider, this isn't too bad. I just have to be careful because there's a long drop. And I did not see, supposedly, vanilla witch huts spawn in the swampy type biomes, but I did not see one in this one. So this was our Bayou Magic Forest. I think that's where our sky thing is. I have a marker for it, but I have it turned off. A landmark. Landmark, is that what I meant to say? Alright. That jetpack is scary. It needs a hover mode. Big time. We might play too with the modular power suit stuff too, because I think you can do hover mode on that. So here's these better barrels. Do I have to shift or? Yeah, I think I have to shift. And then now it's wood upgrade, and the next level is iron upgrade. So we'll upgrade a bunch of these barrels, and I think these logistics pipes don't have any problems with the void pipe stuff. So we'll set these barrels up, mark them as being, you know, good for wood and stuff like that, and then we'll set up some sort of power thing that I don't really know yet. And I don't know why I keep walking around with this stupid. So this is the advantage of the reinforced strongbox. I'm working down here. I can take the strongbox and plop it right down here, and then all the stuff that was inside is available. So there's the wood upgrade. Now we can do the iron upgrade. And these don't actually upgrade the capacity because it's still 64 stacks, 64 stacks. So then you have to have a storage upgrade, which is the one you make with 2 pistons. But now that I have a ton of iron, that'll easily go in there. And then we can put a void upgrade on this thing if we want to. And it works with the logistics pipes. So if I put a vines barrel with a void upgrade, all the vines will actually get void piped automatically by the barrel when they're all done. And that's what we got going on over here. So I'll throw some more floors on here too. I need power production. I think we're just gonna do railcraft boilers. And this is, so there's a marble from Geostrata. This is chisel marble, and you can make pillars out of it, which I thought would be cool, but they render kind of funny. I think there's a little bit of block lag over here just because of the way those things render. So I might replace those, because that's like the same thing that happens with microblocks. You build a whole, if you do a whole bunch of microblocks, and they're called something else in this mod, but they're basically microblocks. But they render really funny too. Like, so you'll get a lot of block lag from having a bunch of microblocks everywhere. And these chisel ones are starting to do it too. See these block jackets and stuff that you can make. I think a lot of this stuff. You do have to kind of be wary of the blocks you build out of, because you'll get block lag from everything. But again, this is not really going to be a look at thing. This is going to be a, you know, this is where power gets produced. This is where stuff gets processed, and loud machines go, and, you know, noisy cows go, and I don't have to mess with it. I don't have to be here, and then we'll be somewhere else where our actual base is. So I don't have to listen to the trees falling down and this stuff popping off everywhere and doing everything. I'm not going to have to listen to it. And are you not working? What's your problem? Canola plant, you're totally grown, and the harvester's not going to harvest them. So to automatically harvest the canola plants, we're going to have to do a rotary craft farm. But the other option we have, if we do the sprinkler with the seeds, random seeds will drop canola. So we can get canola seeds by just fertilizing grass and harvesting all the seeds. So even though we can do a rotary craft farm, we don't have to. Yeah, I kind of like this thing. So let's get some more bedrock armor going, see what it does. It's a giant maze. So I got these dang bevel gears everywhere. I've just been using them to extend the thing, so I don't have to move the watermill. I can just keep adding more bevel gears. And when you make these, one crafting recipe for the bevel gears gives you like 4 of them. One crafting recipe for these gives you like 2 of them. And none of these eat up power, and they don't take lubricant like those little gearboxes, because you can make like wooden gearboxes, and the wood's really weak, so it'll break really fast if you put too much power into it, and you gotta feed it lubricant. And you can make diamond ones and use up all your diamonds, but instead of using the gearboxes, I just use these dynameters and the bevel gears and snake everything around. It looks like a rat's nest, but I don't have to keep moving the watermill every time. So I think that'll work out, and I'm still this is a jetpack. This is totally gonna kill me. So the other thing about the watermill downstairs is if you move it, the lubricant that's inside of it goes away. Why can't I put 60 something in you? Are you gonna, is this like a glitchy bug thing? Can I just do that? Oh, because it doesn't have power. I need a different lever for this one, because I don't want to turn on the whole thing when that comes on. So DC electric motor needs power. Let's just do that. Yeah, because this lever will turn on all 3 of these, but I don't want all 3 of them on. Oh yeah, that fills up really quick. Okay. And I think I set this right. Extract, match MBT data, which means only when it's full, so that should go, let's try this out. Because if this works, then I can tie it into the ME system. So yeah, it's going to stay in there until it's full, and then it should go into this chest. And that's exactly what we want to do. So this Ender IO stuff is awesome. I'm loving this Ender IO. It's great. We're going to have to use this for, well, we've been using it for all this stuff. So even though I'm using ME for storage, I'm still using all this Ender IO conduit for everything else. Because you can snake power in the middle, and then you snake all the item conduits in here, and you just use different colors for everything. You don't need more than one pipe. That doing this with like buildcraft pipes would be a nightmare. Even with TE item ducts, it would be a mess. But the Ender IO is awesome. The only downside is that the fluids don't have different channels, but that's fine because the fluids, because the fluids don't have channels, it's easier for me to just enter tank fluids back and forth, which is what I'd done, and I did move this thing out of the way. It's still here. It doesn't really serve me any purpose except to show me that I have mob essence. And actually, we should take this thing off because it doesn't do anything. And I haven't done anything with this yet, so how much is that going to make a difference? 15.7 MJs. 13.7. Wow. Seriously? There must have been some processing thing going on. That took a lot of MJs for that fluid crafter to sit there and do nothing. Alright, well, we'll put the fluid crafter. The item collector picked him up right. Yeah, it did. Okay. So the fluid storage monitor and the fluid crafter, once we figure out how those work, we'll leave them on the system, but for now we're just going to leave them off. So you're done. And this takes forever. But how often am I going to need these bedrock bricks? It's probably faster in the blast furnace, I wouldn't doubt it. But I'm not going to try automating the blast furnace. So we're making a little bit more lubricant with this thing. The canola works if you put it on vanilla soil, but it doesn't get harvested by the harvester. But we can always do the seed thing. Or I can always do this. Yeah, so we'll have a little bit of seeds going. We'll have some lubricant for this stuff. I don't know what else I'm going to make after the bedrock. So that's the other thing about rotary craft that I find a little disappointing. So yeah, it does only put it in the chest when it's full power. That's nice. The other thing about rotary craft that makes it a little disappointing is that it's not really tiered very well. So, you know, like industrial craft, even though I hate it, is tiered. There's machines that you can build when you're first starting out, and then you need different resources and things like that. Like for a jetpack, you have to make another trip because you need glowstone, and you know, for high-end machines, you need to build the basic machines. It's really tiered out. In fact, it's probably the most tiered out of any of the mods that are in modded Minecraft. It's tiered out actually. The tiering system is really good. It's just this plate smashing thing sucks. But it's tiered out really well to where you have basic machines, and then you have better machines that you need to build the basic machines for, and then there's another step and another step and another step, and the progressions, it scales, but it all works. And even like the thermal expansion stuff, it scales, but it scales pretty fast. It's pretty easy to get to the point where you're making resonant energy cells and stuff like that. But there's no tiered progression in this at all, because I can, you know, if I have enough iron, I can just make a bedrock breaker and done. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a steam engine that you can make, steam power. So these DC electric motors are the wimpiest ones. And then there's a steam one, and then there's this combustion engine, this gasoline engine, and then there's a high performance one, and then there's another crazy one. But I skipped all that. It's too easy to go straight to bedrock. Which is what we did. I mean, this is all the automation. There's DC motors doing this. Fermenter, that's easy to set up. And then the fermenter makes the stuff you need to power this engine, which will give you lubricant. And then a DC motor powers the thing to refill your jetpack. And a water mill will smash bedrock. And that's it. Straight to the top. So we skipped a whole bunch of stuff in rotary craft, but that's because we could skip it. It's really weird that way. So I think this is right. So bedrock pants, bedrock helmet, bedrock boots, full suit of bedrock armor. It already comes enchanted. So we got some fire protection on there, some projectile protection on there, and this stuff was already starting to wear out. And then feather falling, which is fine. So these other ones, these infuse are okay, but I don't know. I think the bedrock ones are bulletproof. Do they last forever? Do these take durability? I don't see it taking durability. 214-748-3636. Yeah, there's a lot of durability on here now, and it's not taking it. Oh wow, that feather falling works better than the other one. Dude. No hearts, really? How far can I fall? Nothing. Seriously, I'm invulnerable to falling now. Yeah. So much for tiered progression. Oh, I lost half a heart from falling 60 blocks. So now I don't have to worry about killing myself, because these bedrock boots that have no durability, it's completely overpowered, and I didn't have to do anything. This watermill is too easy to set up. Yeah. Fun mod. Needs a little bit of balance. That's all I'm saying, Rika. It just needs a little bit of balance. Jetpack limit, 250. Right through the hole. Right to bedrock, +1. 4 hearts damage. Yeah, definitely needs to work on some balance on this thing, Rika. Otherwise, it's pretty cool. So yeah, now we got overpowered armor up the craziness. Total crazy armor. And we'll smash more bedrock. I'll make a pick and stuff like that. I'll make a second jetpack. We'll play with the pick. We'll make the pick and play with it next episode. But I'll make another jetpack, and maybe I'll tie in the automation of refueling it to the rest of my system. But for now, we're already running a little long, so I think we'll go ahead and just sign off here. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody who likes and subscribes. And thanks Rika for the fun mod, because even though it's overpowered and totally not scaled and everything, it's still fun.